Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 4 with not quite a team adventure because we're on Lego Island and, well, we can't do that sadly. So we're doing a series of races. This time we are using some B-class vehicles. Now these are B-class heavyweights. They all have to weigh over 4,000 pounds, which is about 1,800 kilos. I mean, maybe not so heavyweight in terms of real life, but certainly in terms of Forza, you generally don't really see these sorts of vehicles used all too much. Now, I did notice there's another Jeep, and I did notice the other Jeep is very different to mine. I have rally tyres on mine. I figured that might be useful, seeing as, well, it's snowy. However, this first track is going to be pain for me, much as it is going to be for the LM002, potentially some other vehicles as well, because I mean, truth is, this is quite a quick track, quite long straights, and while I have very wide rally tyres on my Jeep, this is not the circuit that wide rally tyres are necessary for, or perhaps the most helpful for. The Buick is going to have a little bit of a look up the inside. We'll give it some space through there. Now, Carlton's a brave choice. I love the Carlton. It's a brilliant car. One of my favourite cars, full stop. But, well, it's never been all that great in Forza games, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I guess a little bit screwed over by the PI. It's a bit too big, a bit too heavy. It just generally hasn't worked. Oh, well, the Buick's made a mess of that one. The Buick I didn't know where the circuit was going, didn't get stopped whichever way it was. Did not quite pan out for the Buick. And I think we're going to be stuck here in a little bit of a no man's land race. Hello, slidey Jeep. It's only a small ping off the wall. It's nothing really all that major. We'll go down to a fifth gear. Probably would have been a better one for that. So we're going to be in the battle of the... We're going to be kind of in the battle of the off-roaders and one iffy Carlton that got unlucky at a torpedo-related incident. There's a big fight going on. I think from second back they're having a crazy big battle going on there. We're definitely quicker than the Lamborghini. Can I have a look to the inside here? I mean, maybe we could. We might be able to sneak it up the inside through this corner. The Jeep is at least lighter than the LM002. I'm going to hazard a guess that the Escalade, the LM will also be on rally tyres. The rest, maybe not. Maybe not is going to be what I'm expecting. Now, the other Wrangler here, these start off like the standard tyres on these vehicles is a slightly off-road orientated compound. It's better on the dirt, better on the snow than what a normal standard tyre or street tyre would be, or sport tyre, all that sort of stuff, but nowhere near as good as the rally tyres. Now, I'm going to expect the other Wrangler, wherever it is going to be on its standard tyres. You couldn't get that much power and have it on rally tyres of any sort, so I'm going to say yes, that is the case. Oh, the Aston Martin slid wide and hit the wall, hit the start-finish line, the edge of that wall. Is easily done around this track. Very, very easy to just misjudge that. Unfortunately, when we're trying everything I can to catch up to the caddy, I don't have much of an answer for it around here. Concerning, yes, a little bit. The lack of speed in this car. I had expected a little bit. I didn't expect it to necessarily be the very fastest in the field, but I had expected it to be a little bit better at this track. I'm guessing these long straights. I think maybe there's a slight different way you'd need to build your cars out here, as these tracks are a little bit different to the mainland, shall we say. The Aston Martin is here. He's going to have a look. We can outbrake it, but that might not even matter too much. The Aston Martin has a Jurassic Park livery on it as well. Yes, we shall both be Jurassic Park related vehicles. The Aston tried to follow me. It doesn't have the grip of the Wrangler, which I know sounds rather peculiar, but in this particular battle, the Wrangler is better than the Aston Martin when it comes to a corner. That's quite high up on the list of sentences I didn't think I would say today, but it is true. We are out-cornering admittedly an old Aston Martin, but still, we'll get away with running wide like that as long as you don't hit the wall through there. That's the wall that got the better of the Aston last lap around. We are catching up to the group ahead a little bit, including when there's a Crown Vic in there as well that we are starting to reel in. Whether we're going to have time, I don't think we're going to have time. The Aston Martin's actually just going to breeze past us up the inside. Oh, wanted to try and duck back underneath. We didn't quite get it. Done. think we're going to have to be... You're going to have to settle for 10th unless a miracle something occurs on the way through here. I'm not sure there's all that much that I can get away with. Yeah, the Aston Martin is well gone. The Aston Martin is really well gone. Oh, it's going to be a 10th for us. Now, this was always likely to be a track that we were not great at. There was always that chance. This Jeep had better be fantastic in a lot of other places. Otherwise, well, I say it better be. I'm hoping it's going to be fantastic elsewhere. Maybe it's just a bit of a duff car. That does happen sometimes. We'll have to wait and see. I'm curious about its off-road abilities. I am very curious about that. The Crown Vic has gone. The Escalade had a big wobble. I threw my car at the final corner. The only hope I had of beating the Escalade, and we didn't throw it right at the final corner. It's 10th. It's not the best. Lap time was shocking. I say the lap times could have been worse. Tell you what, Aston Martin was brutal, but nigh on uncontrollable by the looks of it. It's 16.2s. Jeez. Yeah. We're a long way back, but things can only get better. So, for our second race, we head off-road. It is actually snowing relatively heavily for this one. The Oasis Pass Scramble is the track we're going to be using now. Some tarmac, I think the start-finish straight-ish part is tarmac. The rest is on the sand. Now, my concern is here, but simply we will not be able to make up enough time. The concern is that we will be way too far back by the time we get onto the sand that we just simply can't catch, that we're never going to be able to have the grip to make this work. But, I mean, we're going to find out. We can shuck the Jeep through there and carry an awful lot more speed than the Volvo. Sadly, we'll come out of ghost mode at a poor opportunity. Now, as I said, the circuits that we have going on here, on this map, might actually favour the power cars a little bit more. I say that the power cars, but in this instance, you know, this has got a lot more straights than a lot of the circuits you might drive on the mainland. That is just a thing. As a thing that I didn't really think about or realise, the other Jeep's had a big spin on its own. It's ended up in front of the Aston Martin through all of this. We're going to maybe make our way up into a fourth spot. So yeah, I mean, we can gain a lot of time through these corners. We can gain a huge chunk of time through these corners. We can actually, I mean, we're so much quicker at that turn we always are going to be because we've got the tyres to do it. But then we go on a straight, and then everything goes flying past us, and everything goes flying off into the distance. Now, if we get left alone for a decent length of time, then, I mean, actual lap time-wise, maybe I can match the likes of the Dodge. But we've got to not get stuck in traffic. We've got to not get slowed down by a Crown Vic being in the way on the exit of a corner, for example. Thankfully, this time around it doesn't really. We are going to be able to probably cut underneath it through here. We end up in the wall a smidge, unintentionally, but we do. We're going to get to the inside of the Defender here with the superior off-roading Wrangler. Now, the Defender, so you've got to bear in mind here, the Defender, much like the Wrangler, starts off with these more off-road focused tyres. So it's better in terms of its tyres than the Charger. The Charger as a B-Class over £4,000 is possible. It's a bit difficult to say. You've got to up the weight a smidge. It probably is, judging by its speed down here, it may well be all-wheel drive, although it is sliding about, so maybe it's rear-wheel drive and like some roll cage and rims and that sort of stuff. The Land Rover is going to have a look to the inside, and we're actually a bit too early on the brakes through there. Oh, hello Dodge. We might be far enough away from the Crown Vic that it doesn't bother us anymore. It's a funny battle that we have to do here, and I think we're always ultimately going to lose out in this, which is, I mean, I say fair enough, which is what it is, really. Oh, we got assistance into there from the Buick. By the looks, I mean, that's got crazy straight line speed. We know the Buick's got a lot of top end. Yeah, I mean, maybe at Legoland, the standard tyres on these vehicles was probably the better way to go, just by virtue of these much faster dirt circuits than we would be used to. I didn't know. If I'm honest with you, I did not realise the difference, but yeah, I didn't realise the amount it was going to matter. We run a little too fast. I mean, there is still a limit to the grip from this thing. Yes, we're very, very grippy, but It's not completely limitless. We are doing the best of the off-road vehicles. The Escalade, I say off the off-road of the vehicles, I assume are off-road orientated. The Escalade and LMO2 are much, much further down. We've got a couple more laps to go around here. It's a fun track. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a fun circuit to drive around. We're in a little bit of a no man's land third place for this. A podium? I mean, that would not be too bad. Oh, we're going to be passed towards turn. Oh, we're going to be passed from both sides. Bloody power machines. Oh, I want to go and get my third place back, please. We could do the same thing we do every lap at the moment. We're going to cut back underneath the Ford. We're going to try... Oh, didn't really want to end up out towards the fence there if we could help it. I mean, the fight isn't helping us all that much, the fight with the Buick and the Ford. We don't really want to be fighting them. If we can help it. There's not much we can do about it at this stage. The Aston Martin's struggling a little bit more around this circuit, although still fairly quick, up in 6th place. That's too much speed as well. Through there, I've got to stop doing that. The corners that I am quick at, I've got to be quick at. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble, basically. I'm not looking forward to this next lap. I think we're going to have a really difficult time holding on to a podium spot here with everyone lining up behind us. And I didn't get a good final corner. Ooh. I think we're in trouble. I think we're going to be in a difficult spot here. Not impossible. Here comes that Crown Vic. Where is the Buick too far back? The Crown Vic can go around the outside, don't care about it. Where's the Aston? The Aston is closing. The Crown Vic's actually further ahead of us than it has been the last few times. The Aston can't do anything around here. We know that much. There's still a great fight going on at the front between the Dodge and the Land Rover. Now, we cannot fire up the inside here. It won't matter, though, because what we can do, hopefully, is cut underneath at the hairpin, which we do successfully. Now, we move back past the Crown Vic into a third spot. Don't throw it away on this next fast corner. Crown Vic's having a look, and we know we've got to be quick through this next corner because, well, the Crown Vic is going to get past, but the Crown Vic won't be quick through here. They can try, but they're going to slide out very, very wide through that one. I guess they get away a little bit with picking off the wall, but they still lose time. The start-finish line isn't far away from the final corner, and that is actually very, very good news for me here. We've got one more turn to go in the Wrangler. It has done much better. It's done much better here at race number 2. Oh, the Crown Vic was in the wall at the final corner. We take a podium spot. I will be satisfied with a third place. We didn't have the pace to match the Defender. We didn't have the pace to match the Charger. Technically didn't quite have the pace to match the Aston Martin. Volvo wasn't terrible either. Christ, the other Wrangler was very fast, but that took a spin on the opening lap. A podium is a podium, though. It's come good off-road. Yeah, these off-road circuits are a little too quick for me, really, to excel with my build of car. I didn't realise, but still a third place. So, here we go, on to our next tarmac racing. This might be one of the better circuits for my car. If I'm honest with you, we're racing around the city. This is the Brickchester Loop Circuit. Now, it's a tiny track. Okay, on the track map maybe it looks like a little bit more, but this is a very, very short lap. It's a very technical circuit because it is simply physically a very short track. Now, the power cars might struggle here. That's the kind of hope. I've got a lot of work to do, though. I have a lot of grip. Now, yes, my tyres are off-road tyres, but the rally tyres are the second grippiest tyre in general, so around here that's likely to be quite helpful when you are going to be having to do an awful lot of cornering. Oh, someone's into the edge of the little barricade. We're going to run ourselves up into a position. There's a lot of cars understeering out towards the wall. We jump through a little bit of sneaky ghost moding here. So this is where we have the best shot if we don't hit the building. Christ, do not hit the building through that particular section. We are going to try... Oh, we got assisted through that corner a little bit into start-finish straight. We're going to lose out to the Land Rover down towards turn 1. That's fine. We've got a car looking to the outside. I don't know what that is. The Escalade's enjoying life around here a little bit better. Of course it will. It, like me, has got the tyre. It's just got the grip in the car to be able to fight this. We can have a look, and we do get the move up to second place completed. Can we... Oh, I might have put the Wrangler into the wall. I didn't realise the Wrangler was going to have a look there. I had no idea the Wrangler was going to have a look up the inside until it was too... I'd already committed to turning in to that one. I do apologise to my fellow Jeep. Yeah, I just didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the car in time. 7 laps may have been a bit more ambitious than I realised. I knew this was. I thought this was a short track. I thought it was a slightly shorter lap, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh no! Oh well. Our turn to hit the wall. We have got ourselves in a smidge of bother. I mean, I'm glad we did a long race because there is a chance, there is a hope that we can do something about this now with the rank. If any car can, it's probably going to be mine, let's face it. The Charger has had a little bit of an explore further back. So me and the Escalade are using our tyres. We're using that tyre advantage. Yes, we're not traditionally the handling cars, but we have got big tyre advantage here. I don't actually know what tyres the Firebird is on. If I'm perfectly honest, I really struggle building those. I can never really get them to work very well. I mean, last lap we'd hit that and we're stopped. This is how quick we are around this circuit. Where do we find a way past? Well, I mean, our best bet is we outturn it everywhere. Our best bet may be that kind of chicane section. Because while we outturn the car everywhere, there's no real braking zones as such. There are very, very small braking zones around here. We can not have a look at the final corner. We head back towards turn 1. Can we not? No, I can't do anything down here. Bide our time, I think, is going to be the aim of the game. Exit of the chicane. That, I think, is what we're going to want to do here. The Firebird's going to cover on the way in. It's not really kind of wide through there, though. It's covering the insides of these corners really, really well. I'm really struggling to look for an opening here. I mean, if it shows any sort of gap, we are going to take it. 100% we're going to take it. And we might manage to make it around the outside, the inside for the next corner. The Firebird is not going to be able to fend off for that. It wants to duck underneath because I've got a really wonky line. I'm still on a wonky line through here. It might try, it may succeed actually in fighting back on that outside line. Indeed it does. Can I have a dive into turn 1 though? I will be better under brakes. I will have more grip than the Firebird. We get it stopped. The Pontiac is out towards the wall. I mean, that's a hell of a defence from the Firebird. They did literally everything that was possible to do with that car. However, with the tyre advantage we have on the Wrangler, there was only so much that could be done there. We will move up to the lead of the race. We have got, I mean, it's a lap to Buick. This is not the track for the Buick. The Buick was one of the most ridiculous power cars of anything, and it has kept out of the way, which is always appreciated. We've actually made a real mess of that final section through there. However, the Firebird has got too much going on to be able to really fight in this one. We're going to be nice and carefully does it around the first corner. Here we go. This is the final lap of the race. Don't do anything stupid. Don't have an accident. Oh, because the Escalade is close enough to pounce. The Cadillac is up to seconds. I mean, this is the sort of track that the handling cars, these are the rally-tired cars coming to the front here. The Aston Martin's hating life as well. Missed some checkpoints around the place. We have only got a couple more corners to go now, and we will take a victory with the Jeep. One last turn, we don't quite lap the Aston Martin, that will escape away. Something must have happened for second, they may well have hit a wall. However, we will move ourselves into, we'll take a victory, we'll move ourselves into first place. The only car into the 39s around here, we were bloody quick with that Wrangler. It does finish the same order behind, I don't know what happened. I presume the Escalade may have hit a wall and stopped both of them. The Volvo takes 4th ahead of the Charger. The Defender, the other Wrangler's down in 7th. Of course, that's too difficult to drive. So there we go. I thought that might be the track that we would enjoy. Turns out it absolutely was. So we head to our final race of this class, if you will, Lighthouse Scramble. Well, I'm not sure we're going to enjoy this one. If I'm honest, I think much like the other off-road circuit, kind of deserty off-road circuit, it's going to be too quick. There'll be a few corners where we are very, very fast, but ultimately I don't think we're going to have the pace to compete, to keep up with the likes of the Defender, the likes of the Charger, or the other Wrangler. Very, very different built Wrangler that is going around, but the other Wrangler nevertheless. That's starting on pole. That's going to shoot off towards the kind of first sections. There are some nasty corners. I mean, this in general is quite a fun track. It's challenging. There is a very, very steep hill that we're going to plummet down. But I think There are two different directions. I think this direction is the plummet down rather than the climb up direction. Regardless, off shoots that Charger with many, many powers. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I'm hopeful that we're not going to languish too much around the back of the Fat Pack, simply because, well, we are going to have some grip in these dirt sections, even if our straight line speed is somewhat lacking. Corners like this, for example, where cars like the Aston Martin, the cars like the Charger are going to be immensely struggling, we will, well, you know, not be, although then we have a hill. And then it all starts to go away. Lamborghini's coming to join us. We don't really see that do much at the city circuit, despite I'm presuming that also on off-road tyres. That is quite big and heavy, though. I mean, this is a field of the heavier cars, and the LMO02 is probably quite a lot above the 4,000 pound weight requirement. We're going to have a sneak up the inside, and that is not going to be enough to see off the Vantage, not enough to get past the Vantage. I mean, that is our best bet, really. As far as corners go, we're going to have to be, I mean, we have to be mega quick everywhere. We can't afford to lose any time in these turns, because if we do, we're going to get slaughtered on the straights. So, yeah, it's a challenge, that's for sure. Did we nick that checkpoint? We did, only just, but we got it. And that's a lap. Mistake from the Crown Vic through turn 1. Now, of course, we can carry all of the speed in the world with our tyres. We're flat through there, and of course, they are not going to be able to. We can flat through the next section as well. The problem we've got to watch out for is, as we take that big jump downhill, we're then going to be losing all of that time when we head through the hill climb section. I mean, the water splash is kind of helpful to us. The raised ride height in this car is good, but this is only really talking about the Charger in that comparison, because the Escalades and the other two up the front have also got, you know, much higher suspension, so we're not really going to be gaining all that much time. I fear we may get stuck in a little bit of a no man's land. Endeavour with this one. We may not really be able to do much about the cars ahead. I think they're all too quick. This circuit, much like I said with the previous one, the tracks here are a lot more open, a lot more speed is almost required. Standard tyres would probably be the way to go. Standard tyres, I think, would have been the way to go with this one for a lot of the circuits. You get a lot of PI to add power in, and the standard tyres would be good enough around a track like this, because you're flat out so much. But yeah, I will absolutely fly through this corner here. I will be one of the quickest cars, if not the quickest car on the track through that corner, which is great if there were more corners like that. As it is, we just lose too much. We lose too much further around the lap. The hill really kills us. We just don't have the power to climb the hill as quickly, anywhere near as quickly as overhead. It looks like a really good battle. I'm kind of disappointed we're so far back in this one. There's a really good battle going on up at the front, and they're all within a second. There's only a tenth or two separating vehicles up at the front. The Wrangler versus the Land Rover there. The Escalade has, by the looks of it, cleared the Aston Martin. So, much like my Wrangler, the Escalade is very similar to my Wrangler, is maybe just a little bit slower in general, though. Might not be doing too badly around this circuit. I'm not really pulling away from it. But yeah, it's a similar story. These rally-tired vehicles are just not working. The dirt and even the majority of the tarmac circuits are not technical enough. Okay, I went to one particularly technical one in the city, because it is literally the only thing you have with any sort of handling-based, cornering-based. So there we go. We're going to jump down again through. It's good around these corners. There is no doubt about it. You can really chuck the car through these turns, no problem whatsoever. And I like driving the Wrangler. I do, weirdly. It's not a bad vehicle to drive at all. But this location, these sort of races are not working for it. And the Cadillac is catching us. We may be in trouble by the end of this lap if we're not careful. It's going to come down to how quick is the Caddy up the hill. I don't know. I actually don't know how quick the Cadillac is up the hill. If it's good through the water or anything like that, we're going to be a little careful. Under brakes, we'll slide it through there. Nicely done. I mean, we're losing sight of the leads. We're almost 10 seconds down on the top group. We're 10 seconds down on second place. And they're having a good battle. It looks like it's going to be the Defender. I think it's a Defender rather than a Series 3. Yeah, probably. It's going to take victory from the Wrangler unless something happens across the finish line. The Dodge is going to get a third. I mean, it was... could have been worse, I have to say, for the Wrangler. It could have been worse if we crossed the line in fourth position in all of this. It was a vehicle that I think would work on the mainland. Could work certainly at some tracks. I think that would be a very quick way to go. But out on Legoland, it did not quite work so well. I do think my game has crashed at a rather fortuitous time. Well, there we go. That's that, apparently. Amazing. Well done, Forza. Arse. Well, that is going to be it, I guess, for this this session, for this race. I was going to say Team Adventure because it wasn't. I hope you've enjoyed. A little bit different circuits, a little bit different racing, some different cars. If you would like to sign up and take part in the next one of these, you can via our forums. There's a link in the description. So find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can find all the rules and how to sign up in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.